Hello, good morning. My name is Luca Zanna. A little follow-up after my statements regarding the Kingman mayors, or even better, the Queen of Kingman, Mrs. Miles, Jen Miles. Okay, the story is very simple. Jen Miles came out with the mayor, the Queen, came out with this proclamation without even city council approval. Was even consulted the city council, that this proclamation states that we, the serfs, we must wear a mask or anything looking like a mask, even a homemade bandana. Okay, so that just proved the point. I already said that it is not even about the health or the science, just about power trip to remind who is the queen and who is the slave, who are the slaves. Now, interesting thing, this proclamation, according to the city code, supposed to expire after 72 hours. The city code of Kingman 627 through 629 dictated such action shall remain in effect until rescinded by the mayor or acting mayor, but for a period not to exceed 72 hours from the time they became effective, unless approved by the common council. But Mr. Carl Cooper, the city attorney, let me show you who he is, okay, said that he is another little god. In this case, he thinks he's a judge, or at least he can tell pretty much when the law applies to the queen or not. The city attorney noted the difficulty associated with holding a special council meeting with 72-hour notice. So because it's difficult to have a council meeting, screw the law, screw the code, it doesn't apply to the queen. And also, as a point of interest, Cooper said that there were no questions raised when the mayor issued an emergency proclamation on March 17. Who cares? Now the point is, she made this proclamation, 72 hours, the law is the law, the code is the code. So, bottom line, the queen is above the code because the little minion, the city attorney, Mr. Cooper, says so. Because it did not apply, as there was direct authority for the mayor's proclamation by the emergency power statutes, as well as the governor's various executive orders. Now let's keep it simple. She did a proclamation without city council. The code says after 72 hours, this as a sunset expires. So much that also they're also talking about potential misdemeanors if it doesn't. The city attorney says, too bad, we don't like it. It is not convenient for the queen, it's still gonna stay. That's called selective enforcement of the law. That's another definition of tyranny. So my humble opinion, without personally, I'm not even mad at you, Mr. Cooper. You look like a kind of a cool guy, maybe to meet at the bar for a beer or maybe a sandwich. But the point is, you as a as a city attorney, I'm very disappointed. You work for our tax dollar. You don't work for the queen. You don't work for the mayor. You work with our tax dollar. You're supposed to defend also the rights, especially the rights of the citizens. And the first thing we're supposed to have is equal protection under the law. And also we're supposed to have a very basic American principle. The rule of law is for everyone, not just when it's convenient for you. So, rest my case. 4th of July is coming. Our founding fathers would have probably put up in a much different way than what I'm talking to you, Mr. Cooper, or you, Mrs. Miles Jen. Disgusting, disgusted. It's time to peacefully revolt. My humble opinion, it's time maybe for a nice federal lawsuit against the mayor, of course, the city attorney, not just as part of the city, but also as personally. This is now become a personal matter. Because you're not going to be shielded just by our tax dollar. You're now infringing on our rights. There are very specific statutes at federal level that somebody's trying to infringe on the basic civil rights under color of the law that can become a very serious offense. It's not just about money, it's about also criminal charges, my opinion. Well, let's see a federal judge what's going to say about it. We don't need a majority to expose evil or to expose tyranny. One person can do it, but maybe, you know what, a few dozens of citizens, a class act, lawsuit would do even better. Let's see how much you want to push it, because we're going to push it back. Happy 4th of July, everyone.